Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Twerton Park for this FA Youth Cup second qualifying round tie between Bath City and Mangotsfield United. I'm Mark Stillman, commentating on tonight's game. These two sides have spent the last year or so battling at the top of the South West Counties Youth League, with the last campaign eventually won by the Mangoes in June, as they remained unbeaten throughout under Dave Hockaday. The Bristol-based squad are spoilt for choice, with players, a large squad at their disposal, and they play matches at SGS, which is where Bath City's first team train. As for the Romans academy team, Billy Clark will be keen to repeat the run to round 2 in 2019, where they eventually lost to Croydon, and will be hoping for a reaction to Saturday's defeat to arch rivals Yeovil Town in the Gary Else Memorial Trophy. Two teams. Well, Bath City going for a quick huddle. I'll go through the starting lineups. Bath City are playing 4-2-3-1. In goal is Alfie Kelsey. Right back, Lewis Ewins. Left back, Lewis Bahada. Centre backs are Joe Paradise and Jack Taylor. Holding midfield, Jack Kelsey and Ben Ford. Right of attacking three midfield is Kai Williamson. On the left is Tom Aveen, who's into the starting 11. Substitute on Saturday, and attacking midfield Ethan Cannings playing behind Arlo Stone. On the bench for City, Alfie Andrews drops out, Tom Hobbs, William Osborne, Harvey Rogers and Dan Lloyd. For Mangotsfield United, the starting 11 haven't got a formation in their hand. In goal is number 1 Ben Creighton, number 2 Kyrese Morrison, 3 Jeffrey Barrimer, 4 Jason Nderimani, 5 Joe Hall, 6 Ben Courtier, 7 Marcel Lewis, 8 Miguel Alves, 9 Charlie McRae, 10 Luco Poncillo and number 11 Otis Lewis. 7 substitutes at Mangotsfield, number 12 Dominic Anderson Gordon, 13 reserve goalkeeper Dan West, 14 is Cameron Thompson, 15 Ollie Jenkins, 16 Dan Allen, 17 Lewis Hutchison and number 18 Jaden Crosby. Tonight's officials, the referee is Kevin Slade. He'll be assisted by Simon Laraway and Mason Bean. Mangotsfield are going to get this game underway. Luco Poncillo over the top of the ball. Captain Kai Williamson, who scored a consolation on Saturday. And away we go. It's FA Youth Cup second qualifying round tie. And Derry Marnie goes long. One in the air from Paradise. Really strong appeals from a throw-in from both teams, only on the halfway line, showing a competitive nature already. It's gone Mangotsfield's way, which Barrymore will take. Strong challenge from Paradise. Mangotsfield working up the line. So they're playing with a back four, Barrymore the left back. Slight loose touch from Poncillo towards Barrymore. Miss kick initially from Ewins. Back to Barrymore, keen to get forward early on. He's on a very early corner from Mangotsfield. Off the shin of Ewins. Corner which Otis Lewis has come over to take. As Barrymore retreats back to the halfway line with Kyrese Morrison. Ball is currently lost on the empty Bristol End terrace. It's actually Bath City Academy's first home game this season. And Lewis to take. Out, back is into the back of the net. It's a great start for Mangotsfield. It's Alves who got the header in. Sort of bounced in front of the goalkeeper Kelsey, really, whether he was unsighted, but it managed to sneak inside the post, and it's a dream start for the Mangoes. They take an early lead here at Twerton Park. Second minute. Miguel Alves. So bad start for the Romans. Barely ventured into Mangotsfield's half so far. They've been totally on the front foot, but City with a bit of possession now. Stone tries to win it back. And got a free kick for their efforts. So lightning start. Mangotsfield, who won the South West Counties Youth League last season. They were unbeaten throughout, only conceding 8 goals. As Kelsey takes his free kick, it's poor, it's too long. Not as lethal as Mangotsfield set piece a few moments ago. Jack Kelsey, who's already seen his younger brother Alfie concede one this evening. Jack scored a screamer of a free kick against Bitton, which got Bath City to this stage. Creighton with a goal kick. Straight into touch. I said Mangotsfield, a big squad. They've already used around 30 players in a couple of games this season. They had the Gary Else Memorial Trophy final, which was sort of held off from last year. It's already their 7th contest. It's back with Kelsey. A good ball, actually, to the left-hand side. To Aveen. Morrison shrugs him off. Ponsillo, City responded positive to falling behind so early. Now Williamson, the captain, gone down from Indiri Mani, and this is Jack Kelsey range. He scored from very similar position in the last round. Good play from Williamson to win that. City's top scorer so far this season, so he might fancy adding another. He's already got 4. He scored the consolation on Saturday. Kelsey's getting a bit of a pep talk from Paradise. So 5 minutes in. Mangotsfield lead by a goal to 0. Oh, and they still lead by a goal to 0, only just. They only went around a yard or so wide. I think Creighton had it covered. Good effort from Jack Kelsey, who was an unused substitute against Croydon when the academy team reached the 2nd round a couple of years ago. He was still just 15, turns 18 soon. Saturday, actually. He's on the ball again. And Bahada goes back to Alfie Kelsey. Another good ball to the left-hand side. Very decent distribution, but Aveen unable to get it. He's got it at the 2nd attempt, though. Watch from Morrison, fending him off. Couldn't get past Lewis as well. Joe Hall looks down the line. Final touch comes off Jack Taylor. Another Mangotsfield throw. A good lively start. It's FA Youth Cup. Bidding for a place in the 3rd qualifying round, where Mangotsfield have exited in the last 2 years, both against Eastleigh. 2-1 last season, 1-0 the year before. Morrison about to take the throw. He played for the first team on Saturday. Came as a substitute against Highworth. Struggling first team Mangotsfield this season, just the 1 point. It's kept them off the bottom of Southern League Division 1 South. Out back in, but easily gathered this time from Kelsey. Seems to constantly look to the left-hand side, to good effect as well. Just a little too long this time for Aveen. So he gets good distance on those clearances, though. Goalkeeper played against Bath City's first team in pre-season for Larkall. Helpless in a 5-1 defeat. Alex Fletcher hat-trick. Also joint registered with Wells, so he's playing Western League Division 1 this season. It's a foul. The referee agrees. Quick word with Jack Kelsey. Andy Clark watching on, who's had a good couple of FA Cup games at his stadium for Bristol Rovers against Liverpool and Aston Villa, although he wouldn't categorise the second under good. He was sent off in a defeat back in the early 90s. He's been in charge for the academy team for 12 years now. Throw in his slack from Morrison. Harder gets it off the line, inadvertent header from Morrison. Barnsley at least penning Mangotsfield back a little bit, but yet to test Creighton. Jack Kelsey. Williamson receiving it off U18s. It's a good ball actually, headed away. Back to Jack Kelsey. I think it was an attempted shot, but didn't get his angles right, and it safely drops wide of Creighton's goal. Jack Kelsey also made the first team bench against Taunton in the Somerset Premier Cup in February 2020, when the Romans fielded basically an entire academy lineup. They lost 2-0, respectable performance. It's a strong Southern League side. Picked up from Taylor. Alves, goal scorer, is robbed in midfield. Front of, well, I'd say 100% of the crowd are this afternoon in the main stand. Jerry Gill among them. First team manager of our city. Battling from McRae. U18s. Shanks it forward, straight into the chest of Barrimer. Turn away from trouble from Lewis. To Ponsillo. Back to Ndiri Mani, who's playing just in front of the back four. Forward on this occasion. Lewis. Asking a little bit of Morrison. Cleared from Ford in the end. Mangotsfield asking a few questions. Keen to add on this early lead. Scored just after 90 seconds from Miguel Alves. Header from 6 yards. Morrison. It's robbed from Kelsey, but then Lewis gets his body in the way and wins a corner. See if City can deal with this one better than the last. Goal separating the sides at the moment. Sent forward Joa Hall for this, who's keen to get on the end of it, but in the end it's met at the front post from U18s for another corner. Great delivery, and goalkeeper just about gets a punch on it, Kelsey. It's eventually hacked behind U18s for a Mangotsfield throw, so they're looking really dangerous so far, some of these early corners, Mangotsfield. Team pretty formidable in the league. Barrimer, now Lewis. Ford elects to go back to his goalkeeper. There's no chance for Stone in the air there. Cannings, now Williamson. Stone. Tried to feed it in behind to Aveen. That's well read from the Mango's defence. Morrison's looking for the run of Ponsillo, but fended off from Taylor. It's almost a 4-1-4-1, I think Mangotsfield lining up in. Ponsillo with sort of a free roll almost. It's now with Lewis. Ponsillo in front of him. Instead he uses Alves. Keen for a second. It's a good save this time from Kelsey. Low down to his right. Good reactions from the City stopper. Denying Mangotsfield and Alves a second, but they've got another corner. A fourth. Gone short, back in from Lewis. It's off the bar in the end from McRae. And he's offside anyway. The flag's gone up, fortunately for City, but well, City haven't dealt with some of these set pieces very well. Fortunate to get away with that. Really fizzed back into him, McRae. Already got one in the league this season. Did well last. Back to Taylor. He's given away to McRae, but he's played a 1-2 inadvertently off the Mangotsfield front man. Again, McRae's looking for Lewis. Morrison's got there now. Strong challenge initially to put him off from Ford. Get away from Paradise. Mangotsfield certainly have more possession so far, probably around 70-30 in their favours. Picked up from Lewis. Important clearance from U18s. Pressing well, has had a couple of these in first team experience. They've also got Ben Courtier at the back, who was at Bath last season. Morrison. Lewis to Barrowman now. Great turn away from McRae. Receives it back on the edge of the box. McRae, this is an opening, it's a chance. It's another good low save to his right from Kelsey. Mangotsfield could have had 3 or 4 so far. City haven't got it fully away. And they've won another corner. Lewis's effort charged down. Kelsey keeping Bath City in it at the moment. It really opened up for McRae. Nobody charging him down. The man who's also spending some time at Highworth this season, Mangotsfield's division. Looking for clearance is in. It's the second for Mangotsfield, and this time McRae has got his goal. Drilled it in from around 8 yards out. Referee's whistle for some reason. I don't see anything wrong with it. He's going to have a word, I think, maybe for dissent, but it's not going to cut short any celebrations for Mangotsfield. They feel like they've already got a foot into the next round thanks to that 16th minute goal from McRae. It's Williamson who's as captain's receiving and talking to, perhaps to calm one of his players down. Well, they've been so good with these corners so far, Mangotsfield. They've been working on them at SGS under the watchful eye of Dave Hockaday. He's been there about 5 years now. Tuning in, we'll know his spells in charge of Forest Green and notably at Leeds United, where he spent 70 days in 2014, and they went through 10 managers in a couple of years, I think. Diramani to Courtier. Mangotsfield playing like a team dominated the South West Counties Youth League over the last year or so, as Morrison's got it on the right-hand side. Eventually he's flagged for a goal kick. Both teams scored 9 in their preliminary round ties. Mangotsfield against Bradford Town and Bow City against Frome. Ironically, Frome Town, the visitors here on Saturday in the FA Cup. Wouldn't mind another 9 there for the Romans. I think it's going to happen, despite the 2-division gap. There's Creighton with a rare touch thus far. And Lewis, who could be in here from that one ball, but Paradise read the danger well. Courtier gets there before Stone. Reception from Taylor. Kelsey. Alves sliding in. City were 2-0 down at half-time against Yeovil on Saturday, which proved too much to climb. Billy Clark said they haven't been taking their chances too much this season, other than that 9-0, but haven't really had a chance so far. They might try and create one now with Williamson. He's on a good run with a low shot, and first effort on target for City Academy side. Their leading goal scorer, but Creighton comfortable gather. Flag does go up on Ponsillo, just strayed offside, I think, away from Taylor. Jack Taylor, centre-back, who's already got 2 goals this season, scored in the 9-0 at Frome, and 3-1 win at Swindon Supermarine in the league. Paradise rather took too long on the ball there. It's now with Lewis. It's got Lewis making a runner on the far side. Marcel and Otis Lewis. Twins understand what Billy Clark was saying before. I haven't seen him in close enough quarters and had to judge for myself. Hall was under a bit of pressure, but he still managed to find Morrison, the first teamer. Oh, lovely ball that is to Alves. Marcel Lewis's progress is checked. Allows Aveen to go on an adventurous run forward. In the end, he's snuffed out. There's a chance of Mangotsfield to break now with Morrison, a fullback, one of the furthest players forward. Side to Ponsillo, but determination in the end wins it back. It's starting like a basketball game at the moment, as in the end Cannings couldn't quite play it in behind. Encouraging signs, but now it's a real chance of Mangotsfield. Ponsillo has got away one-on-one. He's gone round the goalkeeper, who does just about enough to thwart him. He's still got it though, Ponsillo. Good goalkeeping from Kelsey initially. And City get it away. Old-fashioned trying to go round the goalkeeper, the youngster. It's helped back across, and Ponsillo can't get onto the loose ball, and Mangotsfield could have had around 5 already. These 2 teams locked at the top of the South West Counties Youth League, but at the moment Mangotsfield definitely have the upper hand, leading by 2-0. Actually, last time they came here ended goalless the opening day of the South West Counties Youth League, but then they won the second game 7-0, which was a rare blip in Man City season. Kelsey's made a couple of good saves to keep Man City in it so far. Did well on the Lark-All friendly actually, although they conceded 5. He made a fine save from Cody Cook, but Fletcher was on hand to score the rebound. Barrimer. Otis Lewis, forced back well from U18s. Way back to Creighton. Hall. Been pretty calm and assured in possession, and now Morrison, who's been impressive so far. Another good ball forward, and McRae now to Alves. Couldn't quite get the chance away. Ponsillo tried to lay off. Stone at the other end. So Morrison's made half a dozen appearances for the first team this season, so he should be more than comfortable at this level, and there's an offside against Otis Lewis. Simon Laraway on the far side. So 23.5 minutes gone. Mangotsfield lead by 2-0. It's FA Youth Cup second qualifying round tie. Stage City exited last year to Tuffley. Very different circumstances. McRae has won a free kick. No, sorry, it's gone Bath City's way rather. It's going to be back with Mangotsfield anyway, as ball forward is easy for Creighton. His last start was in the League Cup final. Ewing's could have done with a shout there. I think he could have seen that one out. Ponsillo. Taylor uses strength. They've still got it there, Mangotsfield, with Lewis now. Barrimer, but float it into the side of the goal rather than troubling Kelsey. Mangotsfield Academy play their home games usually at Cosham Street, which is the home of the first team. Stadium had around 2,000 in it yesterday for a charity game. Ex-Bristol Rovers players and supporters. Sort of links between Bristol Rovers and Mangotsfield. There's Lewis though, charging down the left, other side of Paradise, and gets a solid enough tackle in. Behind for another corner, Joe Paradise, who's also been playing for Porton this season. Second year of the academy. Played against Bath City in pre-season for Porton Rovers, who were in Mangotsfield's division. First team's division and academy division. So another corner for Otis Lewis to take. Helped away, City, well, still can't get it fully cleared. Marcel Lewis, form of challenge from Cannings, puts him off. Morrison. Mangotsfield reused the ball well with Indiri Mani. Morrison's got room to cross. Next to go low, and it was met from McRae. Straight at well-placed goalkeeper Kelsey. Charlie McRae scored 4 against Bath City in the 7-0 back in June. Could have had a hat-trick so far. Just the one of Mangotsfield's 2 so far. Miguel Alves the other, early on. Good footwork this from Aveen. Not so good distribution. Courtier rushes a clearance, but to good effect. And Ponsillo's latched onto the loose ball. To Marcel Lewis. Ponsillo's asking for it back. Marcel Lewis might want to work an angle for himself. This is great work, but a really good block in the end from Kelsey. City just giving the ball away when they win the ball back. Derimani. Marcel Lewis. Otis Lewis. Ponsillo. Otis Lewis switched to the right-hand side for the time being to McRae, who tried to guide it towards goal and didn't get full connection on it. Can only locate Ewings. Straight back to Mangotsfield again. Clark will be frustrated at his side not maintaining possession so far, albeit against a very good side. So final touch comes off Williamson for a Mangotsfield throw. Very superior thus far, visitors. Durimani. Headed away from Taylor. Marcel Lewis loses out to Cannings. Got room on the left actually if he spots him of Aveen, but Cannings has gone the other way and the eventual shot is blocked from the leg of Hall. Aveen was in oceans of room on the left hand side. It's easier to save from the gantry rather than when you're at pitch level. McRae. Well robbed from Kelsey. And Bahada has fouled. Alves, and gives City a free kick on the left-hand side. Luis Bahada made one first-team appearance against Swindon Supermarine last season. Made the bench a few times. Jerry Gill described him as a pocket rocket. Local boy. Paradise giving it away now to McRae. He might try and go alone actually, hasn't got too much support. He's managed to make it all for himself almost, but Bahada covered well. Expense of another throw in for the visitors. 4 points separated the sides last season in the South West Counties Youth League. The referee double checks that Jack Kelsey is okay. And Lewis. Marcel Lewis, I couldn't quite find a maroon head. Turn away from trouble from Aveen. Showing good skills this evening. But, Morrison's penalised there. Overzealous challenge maybe. Thought he maybe caught the ball. Certainly went in with some force, but referee Kevin Slade says must have caught the man first, or he cited it as dangerous play. So there's a chance for City to send some players forward. Mangotsfield brought everybody back. It's Kelsey's delivery. In the end, it's easily cleared though. From Hall. Williamson's got a bit of space on the right. I think it was an intended cross towards Taylor, stayed up, but it's too long and it drifts behind. Won a penalty last time I saw the academy play actually against Champion Sports. 2-0 win when the season resumed in April after such a long break. Really good header from McRae. Pensillo, McRae again. He's impressed me so far, as is this man, Pensillo. McRae's looking for Otis Lewis on the left-hand side. He's eventually going to get it off the head of Williamson. Baramal making an overlapping run. He tried to go central. Williamson having to defend for his team at the moment. A few other Mangotsfield players have progressed in recent years. Jaden Crosby, who's on the bench, has been involved with the first team. Goalkeeper Jacob Glover has been a substitute this season, played for the academy last year. The team will also play in the Western Counties Floodlit League. As Ford concedes a throw. First year Ben Ford. Defensive midfielder. He's penning Romans back at the moment at Mangotsfield. It's a commanding lead. I'm sure they'll be keen to add another in this final 12.5 minutes or so of the first half. They went with balls like that from Pasillo. Determination of Dirimani. I'm sure it's a good performance so far. There's a chance over City to break with Kelsey. It's got Stone receiving it. Kelsey's continued his run. Cannings is in there, but Stone in bustling away with Morrison. Eventually ricochets off their front man, who's yet to score this season, first year. Goes behind for a goal kick. It's fine from Otis Lewis. Turns one inside of U18s. Now Alves. Veen loses out to Marcel Lewis. These twin wingers have been a real nightmare for the Romans so far, but Veen turns away from trouble well until he's dispossessed. And Alves. Stone, that's a really good turn away from trouble. Cannings now on the edge of the box. So many Mangotsfield shirts in his way, couldn't force a way through as Ford tried to find Williamson. Courtier on a rare run forward until his former teammate Williamson gets in his way. Two big centre-backs, Mangotsfield, in Hall and Courtier. It's 4-1-4-1 formation they're playing. It's a good effect so far as Alves finds McRae. Veen. McRae again. Tell some of these players have been playing at a higher level this season. They've looked pretty comfortable on the ball so far, more playing against older opponents as Lewis. Paradise in trying to dribble his way out of trouble, can only knock it behind for another corner. Mangotsfield have been lethal so far. Taken in the end as an important header away. Naito and Dirimani and just flushes wide of the post. Certainly hit that with some force, Jason and Dirimani. Role this evening is more to stop them rather than to score them. Just in front of the back four, but get much closer than that tonight. Also Wayne and Dirimani at Mangotsfield, which I'm going to make the assumption that they are related. Wayne and Dirimani used to play for Bow City's academy, made a couple of appearances in the Somerset Premier Cup. I don't think it's the most common surname around Bristol. Taylor, Paradise. U18s. Williamson frustrated, I think, you could say, from the ball forward. In his body language, unspoken language. Straight with his team's performance so far as they trail by 2-0. But that's a loose one. It's picked up now from Aveen on the edge of the box. Now to Cannings. Cannings is surely a penalty. Yes, brought down from Courtier. I think he's going to pick up at least a yellow card, but there's a really loose ball from Mangotsfield, about the first one they played all evening. And a good play from Aveen into Cannings, who tried to skip the other side of his man, clearly brought down from the former Bow City Academy defender, who didn't even warrant a talking to. It was a pretty rash challenge, and one could say he denied a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but The referee's the man, the big decision, and Jack Kelsey, who scored from around twice this distance at Bitton, now has the chance to halve the deficit. Kelsey steps up, scores, slams it past the goalkeeper, and Bow City, with only their second attempt on target, have made it count. Jack Kelsey, well taken penalty. Loss of concentration, I suppose you can say, from Mangotsfield. Bow City pounced upon it, and Kelsey gets them back into this game. Dived the right way, Creighton, but couldn't get behind it. So City can see out the final 7 minutes of the half and going only 2-1 down. I think they'll be more than happy with that. Mangotsfield could have almost put this game out of sight. They've been on top, but they've hung in there. Kelsey, an early birthday present, turns 18 on Saturday. And now City are buoyed by that with U18s. Cannings, who won the penalty, back to U18s. Oh, he nearly found Cannings again. It's a vital interception from Otis Lewis. City have done well to breach this Mangotsfield defence. The 5th goal they've conceded this season. They've already kept 4 clean sheets in their 6 matches. Williamson, well rod from Ndirimani. Potential push then, but not given, and Ford's ball almost managed to find Aveen. Bow City is U18s now to Cannings, and he couldn't quite bring it under control. Mangotsfield are panicking here. That goal has really changed the outlook of this game so far, but they might be able to breathe easy now with McRae. What a searching, lovely ball that is to Morrison. And Ponsillo is thwarted from Taylor. Right for a goal kick. So good game so far. 5 minutes or so of the half remaining. Mangotsfield to the upper hand in terms of the scoreline, but that penalty, Jack Kelsey on 38 minutes, has really changed the complexion. Giving Bow City some belief. It's Dave Hockaday's men. Started giving the ball away a couple times now as Kelsey, the goal scorer, is eventually brought down from Alves. A succession of fouls, I think, from the man who opened the scoring. Williamson's over the top of this. Paradise having a quick word as well. It's a committee meeting now with U18s. Weighing up who fancies it. Here's Williamson. They've gone low in this waist, actually. It's clearly a routine which did not pay off. So Mangotsfield going to try and break with Alves, who conceded that free kick. Good ball to Marcel Lewis. Got away from Aveen. Fizzes it across and just too far in front of McRae. There was a slightest of touches in there, perhaps in the goalkeeper. It's behind again for a Mangotsfield throw. Been a pretty open encounter here. City Academy don't play all their home games here. They've often had to switch to the 3G at odd down, depending on the first team's preferences. They should be playing here against Torquay on the 9th of October. Morrison's putting a high hanging one, which is awkward for the goalkeeper, but wouldn't have thought so. He took it well. And again, he's looking for that left-hand side, but Paradise is across, and Referee wants a word. I think Kelsey was obstructed when he tried to clear it, which is the point he's going to make. It's got to be justification for saying something, I think. In fact, he's given a free kick, which no real advantage to Bath City, but there you go. Taylor. Stone, who's bustled out of it from Hall. Ford. Mangotsfield have been smart in midfield so far, with Marcel Lewis up to Alves. This is really good interplay. Final shot from Marcel Lewis. It's harmlessly wide. Mutters his frustration. Again, it's a good chance for Mangotsfield players to impress. For Ray Johnston, manager of the first team, who made a couple of appearances for Bath City's first team in goal 20 years ago. Second choice to Mark Hervin. Part of the, I think it was 48 players Bath City used that season. I think Mangotsfield will top that, their academy team. But the resources they have available, vast squad. Good ball from Kelsey to U18s. Williamson. Stone. Kelsey. This is good from Bath City with Aveen. He's just lost out, and Derimani just tries to hack it into a safer spot as Taylor tries to find Bahada on the left, which he did, but he couldn't bring under control, and now he's got to try and fend off the body of Kyrese Morrison, unable to do so. Cannings chests it down well. It wasn't easy under the lights. U18s ahead. I think he's going to be offside. Stone come back from an offside position. A bit of breathing space for the visitors with 15 seconds the half remaining, normal time. Leading by 2-1. That goal from Bath City on 38 minutes. Penalty from Jack Kelsey has changed the look of this game. He fears that Mangotsfield could run away with it at one stage. Offside on Otis Lewis. So we're into stoppage time in this first half. No fourth officials at this stage of the FA Youth Cup. Second qualifying round. They need to play one more qualifying round before they're into the proper stages. As Courtier heads into touch. To the empty enclosure, which means U18s has to scale the wall. More athleticism than the person behind the mic this evening. And that's the final action of the first half. It's been an entertaining spectacle. Mangotsfield have scored both their goals through set pieces. Miguel Alves with a head on 2 minutes, around 6 yards out, just inside the left-hand, Alfie Kelsey's left-hand post, and then they doubled it through Charlie McRae. And they fizzed in from around 6 yards through a crowd of bodies, and they had chances to extend that. McRae could have had a hat-trick. They failed to do so, and Bath City fought their way back into it on 38 minutes when Ethan Cannings was appended from former Bath City Academy centre-back Ben Courtier, and Jack Kelsey thumped home the resulting penalty to half the deficit, and Bath City ended the half strongly. They probably didn't want half-time to come, actually, but they have a chance now to regroup. Billy Clark will have a few words and see whether they can make more of an impact in the second half. So at half-time at Twerton Park, it's Bath City 1, Mangotsfield United 2. Welcome back to the second half of this FA Youth Cup second qualifying round tie between Bath City Academy and Mangotsfield United. Mangotsfield just making their re-entrance. They'll be happier in terms of the scoreline, but in terms of momentum, it was really in Bath City's favour in those final few minutes in the first half. You're joining late. Mangotsfield took a second-minute lead from Miguel Alves. It was a corner from Lewis, headed back across from Hall, and Alves, sort of glancing header, put it underneath the goalkeeper Kelsey. They then doubled it from another set piece. Charlie McRae, where Courtier and Jack Taylor challenged in the air, and eventually bounced kindly to McRae, who slammed it home from 6 yards. But he pulled one back through Jack Kelsey. Picture that, with a penalty after a loose ball from Jeffrey Barrimer. It was pounced upon from Aveen. Played inside to Cannings, who was hacked out from Courtier. And Kelsey made no mistake from the spot. So, interesting to wonder what Billy Clark did say during the half-time interval. He probably would have been pleading with the officials that he didn't want one, because Mangotsfield, after being so strong for large spells of the first half, was suddenly in panic stations. So it might be a couple of changes. And you've on the far side, try and distinguish from both teams. I think Alfie Andrews might have come on. He was left out following Saturday's defeat. Mangotsfield have brought on Jaden Crosby, man with first team experience. So I'll try and establish who's gone off, and then we'll run through the lineups when we can. A quick glance, I think it might be Aveen who's come off about City. Williamson's gone on this left-hand side, and away we go for the second half. Kelsey, the goal scorer, looking for Andrews. There's Williamson now on this new role on the left, who's on the right in the first half, the captain. See if he can get any joy out of Morrison, who's been good this evening, and he was good there as well. First involvement for Crosby. Ponsillo's come off. He was more attacking midfield role, as Derimani has fell from his opposite number 4, Kelsey. Well, they're going to go for 2 up top now, Mangotsfield. They played a 4-1-4-1 really in this first half, but so I'd like to get their midfielders, the twins of Marcel and Otis Lewis, forward. Harder easily wins that ball off Creighton. Paradise, Ewins, Stone. Kelsey now. Bahad, it's what City didn't do enough of in the first half, just calm passing around, trying to make Mangotsfield come at them. Force them to burn some energy. There's Kelsey again. Well intercepted from Courtier. He's been involved in 2 of the goals, conceded a penalty, and also, I suppose you could say, claimed an assist for the second, the challenge in the air. Crosby with the early involvement down the left. Trying to get Barrimer involved. Keen to atone for his error, which got Bath City back into the game with a really peculiar crossfield ball. He's got the final touch off that for a Bath City throw, which Ewins will take. He's made 2 appearances at Brislington this season. Also started both South West Counties Youth League games for Bath City, second year, fullback. Brought under control from Marcel Lewis. Crafty midfielder. That ball forward from Joe Hall is easy for goalkeeper Kelsey. That's an excellent flick on from Bahada, straight into the path of Williamson. Bahada's loitering on the edge of the box, and ball goes behind for his first corner, I think. And Mangotsfield certainly troubled the Romans at the Bristol end in the first half from them. Let's see what Bath City can do. They've had a couple of free kicks on the edge of the box, haven't overly made them count. Jack Kelsey went close with one early on, soon after Mangotsfield opened the scoring. It's going to be captain Williamson, who's made captain for this season. Sort of a reward for improved performances. He's going to take this, be an in-swinger. It's glanced away, looked like it came off a Mangotsfield head, which it did, so he'll have to trot across now to the other side. Kai Williamson, who's already got more goals this season than last. He's got 4 this term, got a couple in the league last year, just 2. So City's 6th match of the season. 1-4, lost 1. The defeat was on Saturday in the trophy. They won't want to exit the cup now as Williamson takes it towards Cannings, and Taylor has gone each other's way. And Kelsey with 2 air kicks from 2 players there. Mangots will try and break. Deary Marnie. It's given away your Cannings. Now Avina stayed on then, and it's a good save in the end. For Williamson's shot is tipped over from Creighton. And Bath City win their 3rd corner in the second half. Just to clarify, it's Ford who's come off. Apologies to any Tom Avine fans. I thought, having seen a winger replaced, I was certain he was the man who'd been withdrawn, but no, he's still out there and making a positive impact. It's Ford who was defensive midfield first half. Corner comes in. It's a dangerous one. I think that's a goal kick. Final touch. So it came off Paradise. He and Stone almost in each other's way. Keen to get Bath City back in it. Yeah, Veen's gone more so the forward, and Stone is now playing sort of more midfield role the second half. There's Bahada, Taylor. He's totally sliced it out. You can't really look down and blame the surface. It's immaculate this evening. Pitch was played on Saturday by the first team, a 3-0 defeat. It's another MUFC, Maidstone United. Kelsey clears in the end, and a slight deflection off McRae. It's been an MUFC who've dominated this competition. Manchester United have won it the most times, 10. Not since 2011. They had Paul Pogba and Jesse Lingard in midfield back then. It was won by Aston Villa in the summer. It was their first success since 2002. Used to be a 2-legged final. Chelsea have been dominant in it in recent years. 7 times they won between 2010 and 18, producing many players and eventually made the England or their international team setups, like some Mason Mount. And we're a long way from that now in the second qualifying round. Third qualifying round is played incidentally in 2 weeks' time. Stage Mangotsfield have exited 2 years running. At the moment, they got 1 foot in it, but Only lead by the odd goal. They should have been really out of sight. Courtier brings it forward to Otis Lewis. McRae scored Mangotsfield second, no Barrimer. And that run forward is snuffed out from Jack Kelsey. U18s helps it on to Cannings. Kelsey is robbed. Alves nearly took it off him. Now it's loose to Marcel Lewis down the right. Morrison plays it back in. Turnover in trouble and is guided towards goal from Crosby. It would have drifted just wide. Kelsey's post. But yet again, it's Morrison going forward. He was playing as recently as Saturday in the first team. He made a substitute appearance in a defeat against Highworth. The Wiltshire side. Could have played Bath City's first team in the FA Cup actually, but they lost to Shaftesbury. The first qualifying round replay. Mangotsfield to reach this stage, beat Bradford Town 9-0 and then Bristol Manor Farm by 3-1. Bath City also scored 9. They saw through. Harley Pryor with a hat-trick who's not involved tonight, as Kelsey with a diagonal one. Barrimer gets it away only as far as Aveen on the edge of the box. Like Cannings draws one low, but always going wide. Manu won the penalty. Able to get onto the score sheet there. Scored in both rounds of this competition though. Ethan Cannings. He's got the opener against Bitton. And also on target in the 9-0 comprehensive win at Frome, where City scored 6 before the break. At the moment, the scoreline's taken the same pattern as Saturday when City trailed by 2-0 against Yeovil and then pulled one back. Albeit they pulled one back much earlier than then. That was 20 minutes remaining when Kai Williamson got them back, but they couldn't force a leveller. But they're going to still trying now. Because Andrews misses out. Now there's a bit of room on the left-hand side for Lewis. Otis Lewis still going. He somehow managed to get the ball back in. Oh, that could be a shout for a penalty. It is another one at the Bath end again. This time it was Crosby who was brought down. Paradise, I think, put in a sort of a lazy leg and caught him. I think he came on the blind side a little bit. Well, it was a penalty at this end, which helped Bath City get back into the game. And now Charlie McRae has the chance to really extend Mangotsfield's advantage, give them a 2-goal cushion back. So McRae looking for his second and Mangotsfield's third. He's not going to get it because it's a wonderful save from Kelsey. Congratulating the City players, need to get back to concentrating on the corner, but I'm not surprised they're ecstatic with that. It was a firm penalty. It wasn't exactly in the corner from McRae. And he's the hero for the time being, and he punches his corner away. Now City can break. Wow. Well. Let's see if Bath City have got another little burst forward with Andrews. And he's fended off it. You'll like looking back at that one again, Kelsey. Guest driver said it was a hard penalty. And he got 2 strong gloves behind it to parry it behind. The watchful eye of City first team boss Jerry Gill. He's had enough problems with goalkeepers this season. He's glad to see that the 16-year-old is flourishing. Andrews. He's been in the first team on the bench before. Oh, what a cup tie this has been. Very entertaining. When we were worrying it could have been one-sided early on. As Crosby gets a flick on and good touch back from Paradise to the hands of the goalkeeper. He's made a couple of really good saves actually tonight, Alfie Kelsey. A couple low to his right in the first half, that one to the other side. He got strongly behind it. As Morrison makes a rare error as Veen tries to play it behind. Andrews isn't going to get there because Creighton slid off his line well. So just shy of the hour. Mangotsfield still lead by 2-1, but they've seen a penalty saved. Crosby brought down. McRae took the spot kick. Couldn't find a way past Kelsey in the Bow City goal. There's Crosby in again. Marcel Lewis. Slipped in behind to McRae. Now Marcel Lewis, he's trying to weave a way through. He couldn't. Cannings with a slightly heavy touch. Good challenge from Barrowman, and Dirimani finds a way through. Marcel Lewis is getting onto that. He took a chance with Taylor. Marcel Lewis has beaten him to it. Lewis saved from Kelsey. It almost looked like it was going to creep underneath his body. They're appealing for offside against Crosby. I think deliberately left the ball well. They're saying he was involved too heavily. So if you're not interfering with play, you shouldn't be on the field, was the old saying, but the flag stayed down on that occasion. It was near side from Mason Bean. Bahada gives it away to Ndirimani, and Crosby waits for the ball to come to him, and he's blocked from Taylor. He's going to pick up a caution just past the hour. A little bit unfortunate. I don't think he could really get out the way. It was a clear foul from Taylor, but the referee obviously thinks he deliberately body-checked him. First man in the book this evening. It's a centre-back who's got a couple of goals this season. Yes, indeed. Yellow card for the man in yellow boots. And also a yellow card for Jack Kelsey. So the Kelseys have been heavily involved this evening. One scored a penalty. One saved a penalty. And Jack Kelsey now adds a goal alongside a yellow card. Perhaps there's too much of a word in the ear of referee Kevin Slade. That's comfortably into the hands of Alfie Kelsey. City won't want to lose their discipline. It'll spark memories of that game with Newport 10 years ago yesterday, which made national news. And they had 4 sent off, plus Billy Clark from the bench. The underpants skate was named when the referee tried to make them change their clothing. Here's Bahada. Wanted to make news for positive reasons and goes lunging in on Hall. Just a goal kick. Exuberant, I'd say, from Bahada. The ball would sort of run away from him. I think the Mangotsfield captain will be okay to continue. Referee's telling Creighton to shut it, I think, in mild terms. We have another word now. Well, his only other start this season was in the League Cup final, which was longly delayed. It was only played at the start of this month. They led that match by 2-1 at half-time and went on to lose 3-2. So we could see a repeat this evening. They've still got that 1-goal advantage, 17.5 minutes gone in the second half. As Crosby plays in behind, looking for Lewis. Now back to Crosby. Half-time substitute. It's Otis Lewis now. Forced back from Stone. Managed to get the ball across, but straight into the hands of Kelsey. He's been a handful, both Lewises this evening, Marcel and Otis on opposite wings, often changing as well. The brothers. I'm enjoying watching in, wherever you are. I'm sure it's warmer. It's got a little bit chillier now at Twerton Park. Well, there's still a good, strong crowd in attendance, right around 100. Largely in the main stand on the far side. There's Marcel Lewis is fouled from Aveen. I'll say about that Newport incident, which made a BBC News site as well, reading back on it earlier. Joe Raines was actually in attendance there, having just joined the Bow City Academy. Of course, now a regular in the first team, having recovered from a nasty injury. Should be playing against his former club Froome on Saturday. Barama and Durimani. It's given away to Aveen. Cannings is making a run to his right if he can find him. He has found Cannings. Now Cannings shoots. Oh, good save. I think it was a fingertip of Creighton. Did just about enough to get that away. And Ethan Cannings scored in both previous rounds and nearly added another there. And again, it was he and Aveen who linked up to win that penalty in the first half. Urging his team on there is Cannings. Our City with their latest corner in the second half, which Williamson's going to take. Mangotsfield have got almost every outfield player in the 6-yard box. And appeals a handball. I think it was in Durimani, he didn't know too much about it. Williamson. Oh, he's not going to get past Morrison. Barely anything has this evening. The fullback has been excellent. Oh, that's a nasty, nasty challenge from Morrison. I've just been singing his praises. I think it's only going to be a yellow card. The referee's urging players to calm down. He went in late on Bahada, sort of overrun the ball. There could be a slight argument that he maybe left his studs showing there. Bahada's going to be okay to carry on. Sort of shrugging it off, but it's going to be a third caution. Kyrese Morrison. Indeed it is. Sort of shakes his head. I think always he was lucky to not get red actually, first viewing. Bahada didn't make too much of it. He's not even received treatment. Man who played in that second round defeat to Croydon, Bahada. That should be the goalkeeper as it is. That's the best run City have had under Billy Clark, where they were in truth thoroughly outplayed in South London. Bahada gets a header away. As far as Marcel Lewis. The other side of Williamson now. Lewis shoots and it's blocked from Bahada and Morrison. Taylor gets this one away. As does Stone. And Durimani had to get that right. He did. Hall. Appeals for offside, not given against Marcel Lewis. It's to Crosby, back to Lewis. Floats it to the back post. He had to get a header away there, did Andrews. Otis Lewis was loitering. He's got the ball now. There's Barama. It's well blocked from Cannings and behind from Mangotsfield throw. Possession swaying from one way to the other. Williamson Oh, I think that's a little bit harsh on Alves. I think he had every right to go for that. I don't think it was anything too dangerous, but he's going to be the latest man to pick up the yellow card. It was a flurry of red 10 years ago. This time it's the other colour. It's going to be 2 apiece on yellow cards. Goal scorer from each team has now been cautioned. Miguel Alves. From the scoring in the 2nd minute. Picks up a yellow in the 69th. Kelsey's decided to play the ball to one another. Elder of the two can only find Creighton. Otis Lewis, who's got away from Ewings. And I think it was an attempted cross for McRae. It required a tip over from Kelsey. So Marcel Lewis to take this corner. He knew straight away he didn't hit that too cleanly, but it's still alive. It wasn't until Andrews got an important toe in. Back now to Marcel Lewis. It's another teasing ball in. The goalkeeper had to be behind Kelsey. We're pretty pleased with his performance this evening. And an attempt of a quick breakaway rather, but Ewing's ball to Aveen was hammered straight against him. So he had no chance really to make anything of it. Bassett, you do pull another one back. You do end up level pegging. It goes straight to penalties. No extra time. So it looked like they were heading for penalties in the last round before Jack Kelsey's 89th minute free kick, which I've seen a couple of times online. He really did hit it well at Bitten. Oh, clever touch that is from Aveen. Couldn't quite find Cannings in the middle. Marcel Lewis skips away from Bahada, keeps the ball in. It's like a slightly heavy touch. Yeah, he did just run that out of play, Crosby. Not much in it. And the Mangotsfield left. Bath City got 19 minutes remaining to try and pull another one back. They trail by 2-1. One goal scored in the first half. Williamson. Well positioned was goalkeeper Creighton there. Smartly off his line for Alfie Andrews could pounce. Billy Clark will be pleased with our City's response in this, because they were usually under the cosh from the team from Cosham Street early on, but they only trailed by 2 goals, pulling one back. Means you get a few nerves in the Mangotsfield ranks. But still about it yet to make another breakthrough. Goalkeeper Creighton has been tested a couple of times. Veen can't shuffle his way into room. Stone. This ball forward is going to be comfortable for Courtier. Kelsey, Williamson, got Cannings up in front of him. He's going to try and battle his way through a lot of players, and in the end sort of ran out of room. Morrison's gone down, cramping up. Yeah, half a dozen or so appearances for the first team this season. The team's struggling though in Southern League Division 1 South. They've got a largely restricted budget. When the season was curtailed last year, they were at the wrong end of the table again. Out of the FA Cup, they lost to Froome actually, who are here on Saturday to play Bath City's first team. Bath City's academy team have got Bridgewater at the weekend away. Another game away. Should be there 6th in 7 so far. Aveen turns away from trouble really well. Impressed with his footwork this evening. Now Andrews. Back to Aveen. Still Aveen. There's no angle for a shot, and he tried to lay after Fajardo, who's offside. A couple of cries of shoot from some of the defenders. The view I had here, I don't really think it was possible. And to force Creighton into a save. There's so many bodies in the way. As I say, this Mangotsfield defence only conceded 8 last season in the league. And they won 11 and drew 3. Unbeaten campaign. Still unbeaten in the league this season. Beaten Wimborne 3-0 and a good win against Torquay 9 days ago. Bath City also tied with them at the top of the table with 2 wins of their own. Here's U18s. Andrews. Got no change out of Barrimer, and in the end fouls him. Bath City with 2 3-1 wins in the league, beating Swindon Supermarine and New College Swindon. Further Wiltshire outfits Somerset thus far. 9 teams in their division. So it's flicked from Crosby towards McRae, but too long and into the hands of Kelsey. I'm sure we'll be watching back his penalty save a few times, or sharing it on the socials. Enjoy it more if it sparks a comeback. Here's Crosby. Fajardo blocked the intended route through to Lewis. He's going to leave the throw to Morrison. Dirimani is a slack throw though, which Aveen is straight onto. He's got Kelsey to his left or Andrews to his right, but he goes alone. That's a direct route, but too central, too close to goalkeeper Creighton. Aveen scored against New College Swindon, a 3-1 win recently. And Williamson got the other 2. Cannings, good touch of Stone. Oh, I see what Aveen was trying to do there. He's trying to let it run for Williamson, but Morrison once again reads the danger. Courtier. Hall. Don't think Morrison appreciate that, playing behind him, but under no pressure. He takes a little bit of a lull. You want to use the phrase run out of gas in these current times, but could ignite now as Taylor shanked it behind. For a rather needless corner. Wasn't under too much pressure from Crosby. Jack Taylor, who scored in the preliminary round against Froome. So Marcel Lewis with his latest corner. It's another dangerous one. Goalkeeper gets a punch away and gets the benefit of the doubt of a foul. Hall makes sure he can't take the free kick quickly. But there's still time for either team to make another change or two. I said Mangotsfield have got 7 subs to call upon. Bath City with the 5. Tom Hobbs, William Osborne, Harvey Rogers and Dan Lloyd, the other ones, their choice. William Osborne's only 15, he's not 16 till the end of November. Kelsey, who's 18 on Saturday. Bahada has got the better of Morrison, he's going to be a little bit careful in a yellow. Williamson now plays it across, it's not fully cleared from Courtier, and he's fortunate it didn't run to Cannings. Could have been really red-faced then. Crosby reacts to the clearance the quickest. Otis Lewis away from U18s, and now there's a great chance, and McRae, goalkeeper's got there, the follow-up has run loose, and it's tucked into the back of the net from Marcel Lewis. Appeals for offside, I think, from the goalkeeper, but the decision is not going to go his way. And goalkeeper's booked in the process, and you would think that that should be enough for Mangotsfield United to seal their passage into the 3rd qualifying round for a 3rd year in a row. Marcel Lewis, who took it well. Created from Otis Lewis on the far side. Just going to have another word, the goalkeeper. Final warning, I would have thought. He needs to calm down, Alfie Kelsey. His players want the game to continue. Referee's not going to change his mind. I think Mangotsfield will be watching on, enjoying this, because it kills more seconds. So 10 minutes remaining. At the moment it's 10 minutes remaining of Bath City's run in the FA Youth Cup. Kelsey had spotted Creighton off his line, but didn't get enough purchase on it. It's an easy gather. I said earlier, they've shown good character. It's a very strong side, Mangotsfield United. And City are giving them a few scares. Morrison. It wasn't the best of balls, actually, but McRae did his best to direct it goalwards. So Dave Hockaday, who had success at this ground as manager of Forest Green in the FA Cup against Bath City's first team back in 2009. I think he's going to enjoy it again tonight. Victory might be made sweeter now with Barrimer. What a ball, and it's not quite fully connected from Crosby. It's just gone out of play for a goal kick. Alfie Kelsey will want to take Crosby. Couldn't quite rubber stamp the victory. Said he's been on the fringes of the first team, the forward. There's Aveen. It's out to Alves, who got the ball rolling for Mangotsfield in the 2nd minute. That early header. Otis Lewis to Marcel Lewis. Morrison support. He's got Crosby waiting in the middle. It should be the goalkeeper's. It is claimed well. There's 2 Mangotsfield players going for the same ball there, Barrimer and Courtier, but in the end they did enough. I think City are going to make a change. It's Lewis U18s who's gone off. And Harvey Rogers comes on. He's been involved in both league games this season. He started against New College and came on as a sub against Swindon Supermarine. Clever flick on. The flag no, the flag does go up. Eventually, there's a flick on from McRae to Crosby. So both these two forwards with Southern League experience. A bit of an edge over the youngsters. I said a few of them have got Western League experience themselves. A lot of them still first years. There's Verveen, who signed from Porton, under 18s. As Morrison plays it across. Paradise on unclear. It's behind for a Mangotsfield throw-in off Williamson. We've got around 5.5 minutes remaining. So whereabouts that you can give them another scare. They lead by 3-1, Mangotsfield. Canning almost loses his shirt actually in trying to challenge Jeffrey Barrimer. Hall. Barrimer over on the far side, turns the other side of Rogers. He's tripped from Otis Lewis. Bow City free kick. Courtier heads it twice. It's McRae. Throwing goes Bow City's way, so right in front of Dave Hockaday. So in charge of Forest Green, also managed Leeds United just for 70 days. I mean, he's done well in academy football before. It's Kelsey to Bahardo. After leg in, I thought, on Morrison, but no foul given. Mangotsfield are keen to get on with it with Crosby. He's got no real support at the moment, but he's done well to pick out McRae. And now Lewis, and it's a tame shot straight into the hands of Alfie Kelsey. Throws it to his elder brother, Jack, Bow City's goal scorer this evening from the penalty spot. Alves. Dirimani. Hall goes long, too long. Straight through to Alfie Kelsey. Dave Hockaday, who started one of the first football academies at Cirencester in 1996, where he coached at Watford. Brought through the likes of Ashley Young. He's been based at SGS, where Mangotsfield are based, since October 2016. Really good, solid foundations there. Where Bow City's first team train. Kelsey finds Rogers. Back to Kelsey. Cannings just about gets the better of Alves. Aveen. It was Andrews, actually. They force their way back to Paradise now. Kelsey. Bahardo plays it across, but he is offside. Bahada clears, but only against McRae. Morrison. Marcel Lewis. Crosby. Fires one across. Can find a maroon shirt. Otis Lewis now. Oh, such good footwork. He's got away from Rogers. He might want to go alone. It's saved from the legs, and in the end it's parried behind for a corner. Harvey Kelsey has made some excellent stops this evening. He's been pretty helpless with the goals. So Otis Lewis with this corner. Didn't hit it too well, but still alive until it's cleared from Jack Taylor. He's got a minute or so of normal time remaining. Bar City 1, Mangotsfield 3. FA Youth Cup second qualifying round. To be a little shove there from Crosby on Stone. He wins the follow-up challenge. Morrison. Ball inside is easily intercepted from Stone. Veen trying to set Cannings away. Courtier read the danger well. Concession of a throw. Mangotsfield don't want any more further frights in these closing stages. We'll soon be entering stoppage time. There's Williamson. He's lost out to Alves. It's clearly bundled over. Sandwiched almost. He's got his notebook out again. And the latest yellow card goes to Tom Aveen in stoppage time. Four minutes of stoppage time is what I think I overheard on the field. Which means we've got about 3.5 remaining. Here at Twerton Park, FA Youth Cup second qualifying round. They decide to meet again on the 20th of November. Mangotsfield will still be unbeaten up to then. Formidable, the Southwest Counties Youth League champions of 2021. Morrison. Taylor fires it against McRae. Runs to Williamson. Aveen. One final burst, perhaps. Got Cannings that's up there. No, he couldn't find him. It's cleared from Barrimer. Now Marcel Lewis urged to keep it. He's instead gone down the line for Crosby, who I think will follow that instruction. Try and keep him in the corner. Well, he would have done if he wasn't tripped from Taylor. There was too much wrong with that. And that's going to kill more seconds. I say a Mangotsfield team who don't often field a settled lineup. They do change around a lot. They've got plenty of resources to do so. So a different goalkeeper this evening. Dan West had started the last couple. Creighton back in tonight. West on the bench. He's not going to get on. Marcel Lewis. Who's sealed progression for Mangotsfield this evening. Now it's Otis Lewis, but Kelsey gets there first. Morrison. It's Otis Lewis again, teasing the Bar City defence. It's Morrison. Decides to fire one in, and Williamson can only hack it out for a throw. So Mangotsfield had almost all the possession in this stoppage time. Good game management, you're saying. They've won another free kick. Kelsey is penalised for tripping Crosby. So a minute of stoppage time remaining. A minute of Bow City's FA Youth Cup run for the season remaining. The concentration will go back to the league, where they'll be challenging these same opponents from Bristol, starting against Bridgewater on Saturday. They're going for a third. It's gathered, though, from Kelsey, who's gone long. He might be offside. I was going to say it. Aveen latched onto that. It matters not. Williamson and Lewis both missed the ball in the air, but Lewis is going to pick it up. Still Lewis. He took a chance, Williamson, but didn't connect. 15 seconds or so remaining. No, there's 0 seconds remaining. Mangotsfield United are victorious. They've deservedly progressed into the third qualifying round. 2 goals from set pieces in the first half did the difference. It was opener from Miguel Alves on 2 minutes. Assist from Joe Hall. Headed a corner-backing cross. They doubled it on 17 through Charlie McRae. Another close-range finish. Bow City pulled one back, having been largely under the cosh. The penalty from Jack Kelsey after Ethan Cannings had been brought down from Ben Courtier. But then Mangotsfield sealed the victory with the man on screen there, Marcel Lewis, on 79 minutes on a breakaway where it looked like Alfie Kelsey had initially done enough to deny McRae, but he slotted the loose ball in from around 18 yards into the unguarded net. So Bow City will be disappointed in terms of results. It was a spirited performance after they really had a onslaught to deal with in the early stages. When they pulled one back, they could have got another, but in the end, Mangotsfield controlled the game pretty well as Dave Hockaday consoles Kelsey there. Billy Clark goes across to check his goal scorer, Jack Kelsey. One of 4 Bow City players who were cautioned this evening. It wasn't really a bad-tempered game. So for the second time in 3 days, it's an MUFC who were victorious here at Twerton Park. The unbeaten Mangoes end the Romans' FA Youth Cup dreams for another year. And they have the league to concentrate on away at Bridgewater United on Saturday, and then they're back, should be at Twerton Park on the 9th of October against Torquay United. So thank you very much for everybody who tuned in this evening to watch this free live stream. This FA Youth Cup second qualifying round tie here at Twerton Park has finished Bow City 1,